What's up, YouTube? It has been a decent little while since I put anything out, and I apologize for that. I know some of you have, asked me directly if I was gonna, do any more videos or anything like that. And I've said yes. Yeah. And I've said stuff like I'll probably have something up tonight, I'll do something within the next couple of days, and then I never do it. Well, due to the 4th of July, I have just had a plethora of time and that was another Crete driver. I'm sitting at General Mills in Social Circle, Georgia, and I'll come back to this later because boy, oh boy, I've never been more irritated in my life. So, what's been going on lately? Nothing much, just a bunch of stuff in my personal life that I'm not going to get into, otherwise it wouldn't be a personal life, and just been busy at work. One thing that I will hit on though is I have had to take a sleep apnea test. I did not meet DOT requirements to have one take a sleep study done, but I met Crete's requirements to have one done, and because of that I had to go 1 week up to, not for a whole week, but 1 week I had to go up to our terminal in New Kingstown, Pennsylvania. That terminal and then the terminal in Wilmer, Texas are the two terminals where they do sleep studies. So I was tired of the heat and I don't really care for Texas a whole lot. So I was like, let's go back up to Pennsylvania. One of my old stomping ground areas with Trans Am. I know the area. I'll just go up there. In our New Kingstown terminal is right down the road from the Flying J there in Carlisle, and the Loves and the Petro right there by the Turnpike there in Carlisle. Yeah, right down the road. So went up there to have one done. The night that I did the sleep study in particular, I woke up an average of 21 times an hour. And that's literally what sleep apneas are, is when, and I might explain it wrong. It's actually really interesting. Look it up sometimes. Sleep is actually, might sound kind of dumb, but sleep is really really pretty interesting, thing to look into. But it's when like your brain wakes up, you subconsciously don't wake up, like you don't realize that you're waking up, but you're waking up, and then that's why in the morning you like feel groggy and shit like that because you didn't really get good sleep last night. So yeah, that night I woke up an average of 21 times an hour. So as a result of that, I got put on a CPAP. Yes, you have to pay for it here at Crete, but the beautiful thing is they only take it out in $50 installments. It's a $900 machine, which I looked up this machine online, and Crete, it's brand new, never been used. Everything that you get with it, brand new. The hoses, the mask, everything's brand new. That's another thing. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna start cutting the language out. Not that it bothers me, and not that I care if it bothers anybody out there. It's just not a professional look, and I really have grown to. I like Crete, and I plan on staying here, and I want to be a good representative of what Crete is. So yeah, I'm gonna try and cut the cussing down and out, at least down some. I might slip up every now and then, I'm gonna try not to though. Every time I film, I'm gonna try and make a conscious effort to not And it is what it is. Feel how you want to feel about it. That's just me, personally. Like I said, language does not bother me whatsoever. It's English, they're words. But at the same time, it just does not have that professional appeal to it. So yeah, that's my reasoning behind that. But anyways, they charge you $900. They only take $50 out of each check until it's paid off. Once it's paid off, it's yours. A lot of people will bitch about that. It is what it is. Like I said, I've looked up the machine. The machine itself alone is well over $900 brand new. Crete is really, they're not trying to get one in over you, or however you want to word that. They're not trying to screw you. They're really not. You know, and with that being said, every night now, you know, before I was using the CPAP, I could sleep 8, 9, 10 hours a night and still wake up and just be exhausted, groggy, not want to get up. Now with this CPAP, I can 7 or 8 hours and it's good sleep. When I wake up, I'm instantly awake. It is not hard for me to get out of the bed at all. I'm not groggy. I'm not irritated. I'm more of a morning person now, I guess you could say, since I've got put on this CPAP rather. And yeah, like I said, man, it so far was a smart move. I appreciate the fact that Crete doesn't put safety on the back burner. Yes, that is them covering their ass, but at the same time, I really do believe it's not hard to see that Crete cares about their drivers. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I know that it's them covering their ass mostly. You know, because if something were to ever happen, you know, people get hit by trucks all the time and they end up winning huge lawsuits. Well, this is just something for Crete. God forbid the situation ever presented itself. If anything ever happened with me, if they went to court, they could be like, hey, we had him tested for sleep apnea. Even if I didn't have it and didn't get tested for, or if I didn't have it and didn't get a CPAP, they could still, that could be something that they could bring into court. Like, hey, we know he's fat. They're probably not going to word it quite like that, but, you know, let's say I fell asleep behind the wheel and hit somebody and killed them. That obviously is going to go to court. And that would just be something for Crete to be like, hey, we tested him for sleep apnea and he didn't have sleep apnea, or he has sleep apnea, he's on a CPAP, and here we've been tracking all of his shit. That's another thing too. Crete will shut you down if you don't use your CPAP. I got threatened once not too long ago, because first few nights what was happening is I'm not used to having something on my face. I didn't get a whole mask. I just got the nose mask. So I think what was happening is I was ripping it off in the middle of the night without realizing it. And you've got to log a certain amount of hours, so many days within each week or whatever. And my hours were kind of dwindling. So I got a nice little message on the Qualcomm. Hey, we just want to remind you that use of your CPAP is required, and something along the lines of, you know, if you don't meet the requirements, we will shut you down until you have a night of compliance. So they will shut you down and make you compliant with the machine before you're able to start running again. So, you know, I've not had problems. I've tweaked the adjustments and the mask itself. So it works good now. But anyway, so on to my next thing. I was in, where the hell was I? Oh, Bessemer, Alabama, outside Birmingham. What's today? Wednesday? Monday? Yeah, Monday. So Monday, I ran from Atlanta to Bessemer. Or no, I'm sorry. from Oakwood, Georgia, which is like northeast of Atlanta. I ran from there over to Bessemer, dropped that load off, and then they were deadheading me back to Atlanta to pick up another load and take that to Kentucky. And then from Kentucky, I was going to pick up a load and go to South Carolina, and then probably head home from there. But anyways, here's what ended up happening. So Monday, I dropped that load in Bessemer, start heading back towards Atlanta. The load is not going to be ready until the next morning. So I go ahead and stop right there in Tallapoosa, Georgia on 20, the exit 5, that pilot right there. I stop there for the night, okay? So I can do some laundry, take a shower. I hadn't showered in a couple of days. Not that you guys care, but hey, it's story time. I get all that done. I get up the next morning. This load that I'm supposed to pick up, it's got a pickup window of in between 4 a.m. and 11:59 at night. So that means anytime in between that window, they can have that load ready. Now, this particular place, it's the Kellogg Distribution Center in Atlanta. Well, Atlanta, Union City, right there. It's basically Atlanta. Yeah, so that place right there is a place that I go every single time that I'm going home. And I've been at Crete a little over 3 months now. Every single time I go home, the load to get me home is going from that Kellogg's in Atlanta to the Dollar General in Bessemer, Alabama. So every time I pick up a load at this DC, I'm fairly familiar with the DC. Not one time have I ever had a problem with the load being ready, right? It's always early, as a matter of fact. I usually get there a couple hours before the start of the window. That's just how I run. That's how I do my shit. If I can, I'm there a couple hours early, right? So I get there Wednesday morning. No, today is Wednesday. Tuesday morning I get there, right? And I get there around 5:30. I get up early that morning, pre-trip, get me some breakfast, get on the road. I get there about 5:30, right? Check in with security, go drop my empty, and then go check in with the shipping office. I check in with the shipping office. Guy in there tells me, hey, this load, we've not started on it. It's going to be a while before we even begin on it. So I was like, all right. You know, I didn't get angry. I don't care. They got until 11:59 tonight. So I was like, all right, whatever. Went back out to the truck. Asked Crete. I was like, hey, they said it's going to be a while before they even start. There's nothing here for me. There's nothing in Atlanta. I don't care to sit parked in Atlanta all day. Can I come up to, we got our terminal in Marietta. It's like half an hour from that plant right there. I was like, can I just head up there for the day, come back tonight? They were like, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. So I bobtailed up there. Mind you, after sleeping all night, and all I did was wake up, run 90 miles to this plant to be told, hey, it's not going to be ready till tonight. It's got to be in Kentucky this morning. So I go to the Marietta terminal, park, chill for a little bit, get some Chinese food for lunch, and then I force myself to get a few more hours of sleep because I'm like, all right, this is going to be ready tonight. I'm going to have to pick it up tonight and run it all the way there so I can get it there on time. Yeah, so I come back at 12:30 this morning, technically. Last night, this morning, however you want to word it, it's morning to me. 12:30 this morning. Roll in. I bobtailed back up there. There's no use in bringing another empty trailer. Roll up, check in with security, park, go check in with the shipping department. I kid you not. the exact same thing that I was told like 16 hours ago. They told it to me again. Hey, this load, we hadn't even started loading this. It's going to be a while. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, really? And I told the guy, I was like, dude, I came here at 5:30 yesterday morning at this point, and I was told the same thing. And I was like, should I even just worry with it? Like, you know, when do you guys think you're going to start? And he was like, it's going to be a few hours before we get started. And I was like, all right, tight. Left, and I told Crete, I was like, hey, I'm being told the same thing. I'm not going to be able to get anything done at this point. My clock's already started. I'm going to head back to Marietta and wait until Scott, did not mean to name drop. I might edit that out. No, you know what? Whatever. Scott, my asset manager, you don't know who he is anyways. I'm going to wait till he comes in the morning. I'll get in touch with him and we'll get something figured out. But they're like, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm sorry, this, that, and the other. Some nighttime, some girl from the night dispatch. See, my sleep is screwed up. I'm sleepy right now. I've been up all night. But yeah, I messaged her back and I was like, you know, there's no need for you to apologize. It's not Crete's fault. It's not your fault. It's Kellogg's fault, which is true. And which brings me to my point now. I'm sitting here at General Mills in Social Circle, Georgia, right? This load had a window of 2 o'clock this afternoon to 3:30 this afternoon. It is now 4 o'clock. They have not even started loading this trailer, and it's got to be in Tifton, Georgia. It's about a 3-hour run. It's got to be there by 8 o'clock tonight. Not gonna fucking happen. I just censored myself. It's not gonna happen. I let Crete know though. I'm getting paid for all this sitting. Not what I would be getting paid running, and that's what's annoying. They've not even started loading this trailer. My clock is ticking down right now. That 14-hour clock. You know, they got a good little while to get it loaded, yeah. But here's my dilemma. I'm exhausted. I've been up all night last night, all day today. Now it looks like I'm gonna be up a good bit of the night tonight. And then by the time I get this load rant, 180-mile run, it's going to be time for me to shut down. There ain't going to be no parking. Because I already know Tifton down that, man, it stays packed after like 5 or 6. That Loves, and there's a Pilot down there. And I think there's some other stuff, but... And then I'm supposed to be going home Friday. This week has sucked so much. The 4th of July, I love it. I love America, but the 4th of July has completely screwed freight for everybody this week. I'm not the only driver sitting. I'm not the only Crete driver sitting. I'm not the only driver sitting. I saw drivers when I went back like 16, 17 hours later to that Kellogg's in Atlanta. There was one Crete driver still sitting there that was there the first time I got there, and there were other trucks that I rent from different companies that, you know, they were still sitting there waiting. It's ridiculous. I don't know if it's just, I don't know what it is, to be honest with you, because I don't think that these places let people off for the 4th. Kellogg's was still operating on the 4th because I went into the warehouse on the night of the 4th. So I don't know what is causing this to be slow, and it's not just one place. It's consistent. I don't know what the deal is. But it's for sure sucked. But anyways, I just wanted to drop an update. I'm going to sit here and twiddle my thumbs, watch Netflix or something, get this uploaded. But yeah, anyways, I'll be trying to drop videos pretty regularly from now on. And yeah, that's it. I appreciate you guys watching. For my drivers that are already out there, stay safe. If you're able to even run right now, if you guys are sitting, let me know, man. Who knows? It could just be the Atlanta metro area. I don't know. I doubt it. I've not really looked into it, but yeah, if you guys are out there, man, and you're having trouble running lately, let me know where you're at and what the deal has been, and I'd appreciate that. Vent if you want to vent. I don't care. But yeah, you guys that are out there, stay safe. If you're sitting ducks like me, I'm truthfully sorry. I feel your pain. I know exactly what you're going through. And I will holler at you guys later, man. All right. Take it easy.